Okay, let's dive right in here. What's up, Dijon? How's it going? This is not my usual stream tonight, so it's gonna be a little bit different, but it's gonna be fun. So, as you might know, I run the Collegiate Chess League for chess.com, and we are going into playoffs starting tomorrow, actually. So, part of playoffs, we have prediction brackets for every single division. So essentially, each division goes into a single elimination bracket, and you can win some prizes if you um, win your bracket. So, what's up, Geezer? All right, let me share with you all. Essentially, if you go to chess.com, which by the way, the homepage is pretty cool right now, you can see they've got this banner at the top. Fill out your CCL prediction brackets now for a chance to win 6-month Diamond membership. Submit until November 16th at 10 a.m. Pacific. So that should give us about, what, 12 hours, right? So, yeah, if you click on this banner, it'll take you to our prediction article. And if you read through it, it tells you the instructions, how to participate, and essentially kind of tells you a little bit about the teams in the top division. So I do this every single season. It's a bit of a tradition. We're going to see how we do. So you click on this button, and it takes you to all these brackets. It actually shows you there's 30 people on this page right now, and I think that's largely thanks to the power of the homepage banner. So that's pretty cool. Looks like it's working. And also, looks like we're up to 16,000 reads. I think it had like 6,000 this morning. So, a lot of people tuning in and clicking on these links. I already filled out Division 1 actually, just to test it out, but I'm going to go over it nonetheless. Predictions already up to 509. You can barely see that number there on the side, but um, yeah, let me show you all how my prediction's going. So, essentially, you've got 6 teams in the top division because the bottom two are eliminated. Top division is only the top 8 teams of the league. You have St. Louis University versus Athens in the quarterfinals, followed by Mizzou versus Yale. Actually, tomorrow, Mizzou versus Yale is going to be the first match. SLU versus Athens is going to be the second match. And then the winner, so I've already made this prediction. Essentially, I'm saying SLU is going to beat Athens. I think Mizzou is going to beat Yale. I think there's nothing controversial there. Um, SLU's been definitely a struggling team, a fourth seed. They are the back-to-back-to-back champions of the CCL. So they're looking to win for a fourth time in a row. I don't think it's going to happen. They lost their top two boards last season, Benjamin Bach and Nicholas Theodorou. That team was absolutely stacked. This year they brought on another GM, but their board four is Shalev, I believe, who is a national master, but really strong. And I think they're going to be good enough to beat Athens. Athens lost their top board, who was a GM. I believe his name is Andreas Kaliris. Now they have Demetrius Alexakis, who's an IM, but he played last year, so their team is not as strong as they were, but still made the playoffs. Back-to-back seasons, pretty impressive. They've only been around for 2 seasons, but we'll see how they do against SLU. Mizzou, I think, is a bigger favorite against Yale for sure. Although Yale got another GM to join their team, so that'll be interesting to see. Also, I might have some insider information, so could be interesting to see how some of these brackets go. This is going to be a long stream, by the way, because these brackets are going to take me a while to fill out. There's 28 of them, so it's a lot. Okay. Then in the semifinals, I have SLU losing to SRM actually. I think SRM is going to take that one. They've been really dominant. They're the number one seed for a reason. They beat SLU in the regular season. I think it's going to be same deal in the playoffs. Texas versus Mizzou. That's going to be a big one. Texas actually got the second seed just behind SRM. They beat every team except SRM. So that's going to be huge. Mizzou lost to Texas actually in the playoff or in the regular season, but they beat SRM. So I think Mizzou's going to get their revenge against Texas in the semis, and I think Mizzou's going to win it all. So I guess it's asking me to reselect. I think I'm going to go with Mizzou. I think Mizzou added Ariantari. They've got 4 GMs on the squad. They should be able to get past Texas and then beat SRM. So that's going to be exciting. Okay. So I don't want to hit update because, like, I don't know why the tournament winner was not there. Also, if you want to look at my tie breaks, I think Texas is going to beat SLU in the third place match. And I put 28 points for Mizzou because they're going to play 3 rounds. So I'm guessing, like, I don't know. Okay. So that's my Division 1 submission. Okay. If we go back to D2, lot of predictions gonna come in. All right, so starting from scratch here, Georgia Tech and Northwestern, and that's a close one, 8 versus 9. I'm gonna go with Northwestern, I think. Let's create a prediction. Yeah, that's a tough one. You know what we could do as well? We could look up some stats. Let's see. Do I have some This is the Playfly site. You could look up Georgia Tech during the regular season. Let's see. So they won 4 and lost 3. So, you know, their 3 losses were all super close. 2 overtimes, I think, and one was 8.5, 7.5. So the Georgia Tech's a really strong team. Northwestern, ooh, a lot of losses. So 3 wins and 4 losses. That's why they're the lower seed. But what I will say about them is they've got a really strong player that I don't think played for a lot of the season. And that's really what I'm going off of, I think. So I think they've got a secret weapon. So that's what I'm kind of banking on. Let me pull up. I might have some more secret information, but I'm not going to share it. Because I might be able to see the lineups. Anyways, so yeah, I'll stick with that. I'll stick with what I put. Okay. Let's look at the second match. We've got Arizona State and Prague. We're going to go with ASU. Prague's the lowest seed. Let's go with Illinois, I think. I haven't heard from this team, honestly. Okay, Florida or Belarusian? What's up, Gilby? I'm doing a CCL prediction bracket challenge. You could win some prizes. I'm gonna go with Belarusian. I haven't heard from them either, though, is the big risk. But they look like they have a stronger team on paper for sure. They're also the higher seed. Gilby's agreeing with me. Okay, we're gonna go with UCLA for sure, because of course, neither of these teams really stand a chance. We're gonna with Sri Ram, I think, is safe bet there. Brawijawa versus ASU. Hey, Chaco. Let's go with ASU. That might be a hot take, but, you know. Okay, let's go with Rice, maybe? I mean, well, how good's this Rice team, though? Like, Northwestern really, like, they got a sleeper team, low-key. I might get a lot of points with this Northwestern take. As long as they have their star player playing, I think. Okay. I'm gonna go UCLA, of course. I'm gonna stick with UCLA or Northwestern, and we're gonna have UCLA win. Prediction: we're always the commissioner's bracket. I like this title for our names. Email. I've been putting in this one. Not that it matters. I have two emails that you all can see. Joe Bruin tiebreak. Who will win third place? We're gonna go with ASU. And how many points is UCLA gonna score? Like 27.5 maybe. I don't know. Probably I should look up last season. If you copy mine, then you're not gonna win. If you and I both win on tie breaks, I win on tie breaks because I know that you copied mine. So, okay. That's D2. Let's look at D3 now. Create the prediction. Here we go. Yale versus McMaster. We're going to go with Yale. McGill versus Cornell. We're going to go with McGill. There's Dachi. Dachi just watched me put in some D2 predictions here. I got you guys in the semifinals and the finals as a number 9 seed. So, no expectations. No pressure, no stress. But just know I got you guys. I don't have you going all the way though, because like clearly UCLA, I think just the best team out there. I don't think anyone could really beat this UCLA team. So, I think the UCLA team could make a run in D1. Throwback to 2020 inaugural season. UCLA getting third place just behind SLU and Mizzou. That was our year. That was our glory. The PayPal there. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, what is second place cash prize in D2? It's got to be pretty good. I know you guys, hopefully, you're going to use that for Pan Ams. Oh, yeah, UCLA had a great team, man. Don't make me relive those glory days. They definitely not as good as 2020, unfortunately. We had two international masters and two FIDE masters. I mean, back in those days, that was good enough for third place in D1. I don't I don't think you could do that in D1 anymore. But do I speak more than one language? No. What's the top prize? $5,000 cash to first place of D1. That I do know off the top of my head. D1 is, I mean, you could find a rule book. What was D1? My D1 prediction is Mizzou over SRM in India. All right, let's go with Chicago. I heard that's a good city for chess. Let's go with Brawijaya. I may or may not have heard about University of Washington. Gonna be a struggle tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. Let's go with British Columbia, number 1 seed over number 8. It's gonna be tough. I haven't quite looked at these matchups or pairings, but let's go with McGill, perhaps over Jadavpur. I don't know. Let's go with Lviv. Let's go with Wash U. I'm gonna go with Wash U. Gotta go with the hometown, I think. British Columbia, 1 versus 3 finals. Do we have rosters for the teams? Yeah, probably rosters command. Let me put in. There's a lot of commands in the CCL channel. So let me share these links over to you guys. If you guys want to see the prizes, it's in the rule book. I don't know if these links are that updated. I kind of hope they are. If they're not, then I could really dig deep for them. But they're all listed in the CCL Discord server if you join that. Okay, we're gonna go with WashU. We're gonna go with the St. Louis team. Prediction title, commissioner. Oh, I copied it. Oh, not that. Okay. I wish it's saved, but oh well. Just.com username. Who's winning third place? We're gonna go with Lviv. And the cumulative points, Wash U started in the quarterfinals. So they only played 3 rounds. Let's put them at I've been guessing like 28 points. We'll go with 28. Submit. This is all online, yes, Chicago Cav. No visual of what? You have the visual of the bracket. You want me to show you the rosters? If I open up, okay, so these are the divisions. Oh, this is old. This is really old. Sorry. I have to update that command. Not really old, but it is old. So I'm gonna go to the CCL Discord server and update this. There's that one user that's on that. I apologize. You don't want to be there. You want to be here. These are the team rosters. You can look at division placement. So this is the updated. You can see the team average ratings of the top 4 players. This is what determines the divisions. Yeah, I mean we don't really have visuals of the players of the team, like you mean pictures. We don't have that, unfortunately. And then let's look at the rule book. So if you guys want to look at the cash prizes, I was saying second place in D2 is $1,000 cash. Not bad. First place for UCLA gonna be 2,500. They're gonna take that money straight to the bank, straight to Pan Am's, straight to the USCF pockets. That's the CCL cash prize pipeline. Here's the link to the rule book. Let me update the commands actually. Let me look. Rules. And let me update the this guy, I think. Or hold on. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how seriously people are actually like looking at all this stuff. Okay, so that was D1. This is D2 that I submitted. And then here's D3 that I submitted. And now we can look at D4. Create prediction. And yeah, D4, it starts to get a little harder. Knowing who's gonna do what. Is Clemson in this? I believe they are actually. And if you stick around long enough, probably I'll call them out and point to them or something. Um, Actually, you could look them up on our roster list here. So if I do Control F, Clemson's in Division 10 as well as Division 22. So if you go to Division 10, let's see if they made playoffs. Yep, they're the number 1 seed. We go to Division 22. They don't. Oh, they're seed number 8. Okay, so they're in both the divisions that they joined. So that's good for them. Isn't the goal to get people interested? Yeah, of course. It's a good point. So, you want to make the sheet look a little nicer. Yeah. We have our events page. If you go back to chess.com and you go to watch events and you go to current events, you'll see the CCL has its own events page right below the Creator Cup right here, Collegiate Chess League. And how the current events work is that once there's live games, it actually will boost it up to the top. But you got, some graphics here. You got a date. You got some information and all of this data. I think the tough part is there's so many divisions and so many players. It's kind of hard to store all of that information nicely besides through the Google Sheet, I'd say. But you can see all of the games, the matches. So that's playoffs. But if I look at regular season, these are all the games here. It's a lot of graphics. Dude, I'm having a hard deja vu moment, honestly. But yeah, the events page is mainly for top division. So you could see all of the points listed here. And the top division, you can get some of the players' images pretty easily. So a lot of them are just top players. But then once you get the CCL had over 2,200 players registered. So I don't know. And I appreciate anyone that takes an interest. If you guys want to win free diamond memberships, just check out the go to the homepage banner, click on the news, the top banner. I'll share this link in chat and I can pin it. And you can fill out each bracket. And if you win your bracket, you win 6 months diamond. So not bad. Completely free to join. Okay. Anyways, where was I? Division 4. So let's look at this. We got Bits from India. We got Texas A&M. What's up, NZ Effect? How's it going? Let's go with Bits. Let's go with UT Austin. Let's go with Indiana. Let's go with Armenia. We're going to go with Santa Barbara. We're going to stick with UT Austin. Let's go Lviv. Lviv is the 2nd seed in, I think, 3rd and 4th division. Okay. Let's go with Tulane. I'm going to go with Lviv. We're going to go with Santa Barbara. I'm going to go with Santa Barbara. I have a little bit of California bias left in me, I think. I'm going to copy and paste that every single time. What's up, Jesse? You want me to cheer on the Hoosiers? You should make your own prediction bracket and do that. Okay, who's winning 3rd? I'm going to go with Tulane. And how many points? So we got Santa Barbara with 3 matches. I'm going to go 30. We're going to go high for them, I think. When do the matches start? They start technically, actually, some of them have already started, which is kind of a little bit of a cheat code. Um, okay, this is showing D2. Let me pull up. Oops. Okay. So, okay, yeah, there's actually already some matches. So, okay, I gotta go back. Who's three short people? So Texas already lost, is what I'm seeing here. So I gotta update this. Okay, I gotta update that big time. Hold on. We're gonna re-choose our picks here. Wow, I had Austin there. Imagine that. So yeah, you can reschedule some of the matches. So some of the matches have already started, but the default match time is tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific or 2 p.m. Eastern. Um, so Texas already out. They've been eliminated. So let's go with Brno here. And so we're going to stick with Santa Barbara. We're going to change the third place, or is Tulane still going to win it? Let's stick with Tulane. Wow, so I have really no upsets, unfortunately. The Texas match was close, 9-7. Yeah, really no upsets on that. So that's kind of a lame bracket, but sorry, Dachi. Does Brown still have Andrew Hong? I don't think Brown had their top team. They had a really rough playoff experience last year where they were fighting tooth and nail for me to reschedule their match with Athens, I think, in like D2, if I'm not mistaken. And we actually allowed it, which is, I mean, not when I say allowed it, I mean, I really tried my best to find a fair time to then ask if our fair play team would accommodate them. And there was no fair time between Athens and Brown to find. So Brown was really asking me to declare a time that worked, which just would not have been fair because we already exhausted all the options. Plus, on top of that, you can't really reschedule top 3 division match anyways. So, like, the fact that I even kind of, like, I don't know, considered that, I think was already too much. But anyways, they ended up playing the match, and it got to like the very last round and the very last game, and I think like it might have been Andrew Hong. I think he lost, and then they like disputed it, but he lost fair and square, and they were super upset about it. It was pretty traumatic, I'd say, or dramatic might be perhaps the better, more fitting term. And if anyone from Brown is watching, I obviously would welcome you guys back and encourage you guys to come back. They did register, of course. Just I don't think their top players want to play anymore because I think they didn't like the whole non-reschedule thing, and I didn't think they liked how the fair play call worked and how the match ended up. It was like one last game. Their GM lost, I think. Anyways, they lost, and I think they're upset about it, and they didn't show up. Yeah, Brown's got a really strong team. And shout out to Jeffrey tuning in with his Wikipedia of knowledge. Um, yeah, not only the time zones, they're playing like OTB, which I think for most legitimate players kind of takes priority over online sort of stuff. Okay, do I need to like update this again? I can't remember. All right, so we've got that in. Let's look at Division 5. Yeah, and that's similar reason why it took Webster so long to join, and also why they didn't rejoin. Also why UT Dallas didn't join. I kind of feel a little sad about D1 this year, honestly. Like we got SRM to join, which is huge. SLU really took a backseat. like they're suffering a pretty big loss with Bach and Theodoru. Mizzou lost Oparin, but they gained Ariantari. So I don't know. But oh yeah, Athens also lost a GM. But overall, like we lost UT Dallas and Webster. Like imagine how stacked D1 would have been with them. Plus like SRM I think is such a huge gain. Like they won the regular season. Like if Dallas and Webster joined, like you wouldn't have Yale and Athens in playoffs. You'd have Webster. Like imagine SLU is like a sixth seed. Like that could have been a real. That would have been crazy. Um. Anyways, what could have been? Too bad. I could kind of like expect Webster to be weird about it, but like losing Dallas, it's like, oh, I thought they were cool. SRM is a school in India. I honestly don't even know what SRM stands for, but it's SRM IST. The IST stands for Institute of Science and Technology. Yeah, Yale added a GM, so that's cool. Seems like a pain to set up and work with. Uh, what exactly seems painful about it? And what would you improve? Always open to feedback. Although to be fair, format hasn't changed much since we've started it. Okay, I don't really know Karori that well. We're gonna go with UMass. Also, I'm gonna check my handy dandy notebook here and see. Okay, we have a match here in Division 6, so we're not quite there yet, but I'll keep my eye out. All right, let's go with Rutgers over the 12th seed. I think that's pretty fair. We're gonna go with Valor over Utah. Actually, a little bit of an upset there. I'm gonna go with Air Force. That's another bigger upset, actually. That might be a bad decision, but I don't know KMIT very well. We're gonna go with Georgia Tech, Far Eastern. We're gonna go with Wits, and we're gonna go with Stony Brook. So we're gonna keep the top four. Very, very boring, very lame. Let's stick with Georgia Tech. Let's go with Stony Brook, and I'm gonna go with Georgia Tech. And I'm gonna give no. I copy this every single time, and I lose it every single time because I copy something else. All right. Let's go with who's my third place? I think Far Eastern. Sorry, Wits. Gosh, dude, that time zone has to be horrible for them though. I'm not gonna think about it. Points from Georgia Tech. Let's do 29. Submit. Games happen before brackets are even filled out. Well, the brackets, like it's a very tight turnaround. Because like we announced everything like Wednesday, so not a lot because the playoffs really start Saturday, and if people can't play Saturday, then they're gonna reschedule it to Friday, right? So today's Friday. That match that was played, like okay, we've had two matches played. This match was played at 5 Eastern today, and this one was 3 Eastern today. So it's just they were just played earlier today. Where was I? Did I submit all my brackets? Did I finish D5? So now we go to D6. So this is where we've got our little cheat sheet. Southampton beat Rochester. So we can put them through. That was an upset. I'm gonna go with Sacred Heart. I don't know, although to be honest, they always have the weirdest team chemistry where their top two players are really good and their bottom two players aren't. I think their bottom two players are slowly but surely getting better. I feel like Brent always really performs well, and Mark is like their top board, but if either of them have a bad day, then it's really tough for their team chemistry. So they're typically like top heavy and weak on the bottom two. because there's just such a huge mismatch between their top two boards and their bottom two boards. So always a weird team chemistry there. Whereas everyone else in their division's typically going to be more well-rounded, more balanced kind of team. Which honestly I think kind of favors the other teams, really. But okay, let's go with Temple. Shout out to Wikipedia. Let's go with Maryland. Let's go with Austin. Let's go with Bits. We're gonna stick with Temple. Western. I don't even know where Western U is. Western U one of these Canadian schools? How often do the upsets happen? Um, it's a good question. Chicago Cubs, like, man, can I gamble on this? No, I don't know. Who's the last person who got a variation named after him? Pratik, you asked this and I answered in another chat. I said witty alien. It's kind of like a joke, but I'm like also like being kind of serious. The Alien Gambit, like who more recently has an opening named after them? I really don't know. I don't know about getting people interested. Well, we have a broadcast for D1, right? If you think about it, like you're thinking about, okay, the league is so huge. There's so many divisions. There's so many teams, so many players. Like how can fans really like tune in for it? And the problem is we don't have enough streamers. We don't have enough broadcasters. Or you could argue that there's not enough interest, but it's like, well, you got to grow the interest by showing it, showcasing it. So the broadcast typically covers D1. So that's like 1/28th. It's less than a 28th of the league because D1's already half as big as the other divisions. And, you know, we covered the top division because of the top level of chess, but you could argue that the lower divisions are actually like more entertaining or more variable. And also maybe larger brand name schools that can be more recognized. The issue is that there's no broadcast coverage for them. So if the schools or the teams or the players themselves streamed it, then maybe you would get more interest. But a lot of them don't stream for a lot of various reasons. Um, it's also harder to stream your matches and play at the same time. So it'd be cool if the teams had designated streamers to cover and spectate and commentate. I would love if like esports clubs could like stream the CCL matches. Um, I don't know. High speed chess. What's up, Subum? You might have missed some of my Arizona State picks. What decides the team will be Division 27 versus 28? We rank all the teams based off of their team average of their top four players, and then that's what determines their divisions. Um, Sicilian Carlson. Okay, well, was that named before the Alien Gambit? I have to ask. All right, should I do the Temple run? No pun intended. Let's go with UT Austin. I'm gonna stick with what Western. Sorry, Jeffrey. Western or Texas? Maybe go with Big Texas. Maybe. I don't know. Third place, maybe go with Temple. Nah, I am gonna go with Bits. I'm sorry. Austin, they're gonna have uh let's go with 32 points. Temple beat Western. The only team to beat them though? Ooh, maybe a fluke. Who knows? Who knows? Could Temple prove us all wrong? Western seems unbeatable. Yeah, I don't know. Mine D6. Yeah, D6. Temple versus Ohio State. I must have like really just glanced over that. Yeah, they don't even stand a chance, dude. Those Buckeyes. What's up, Nate the Great? How's it going? All right, we're gonna go big. 32 points there for 3 matches. It's pretty high. Teams play to qualify, and you end up with 3 to 4 divisions. So like the problem with that is we have over 400 teams. So let's say you have 4 divisions. That's gonna be over 100 teams per division, right? Like, what's your prize distribution gonna be? Like, I don't know. What even does like 100 division team look like? You can only have so many matches in a season, right? So we operate off semester system, and we typically have like 9 or 10 weeks in a semester where teams play. You typically have 1 match per week. So it's like, okay, if there's 100 teams in a division, like also, you could argue like, well, if you do this format, you're gonna have a different number of teams. I think how the CCL came to be is we want a format that's going to cater to the flexibility of a student's schedule and also try to maximize the growth of the league. So we're minimizing barriers to entry. And so allowing like as many divisions as possible, as many teams as possible is like why it's grown so much. You guys have the worst pairings. And they were how'd they go 2 out of 7? What's this ASU? You're talking about Prague? Oh no. Are they a sleeper team? Should I swap you guys out? I had you guys going pretty deep. And I had you losing at the hand of Dachi, one of these FMs. 64 team bracket after qualifiers. Yeah, 64 team bracket, like that's like March Madness style, right? How many rounds is that? Is that like 8 rounds? Wait, what's the math? After 1 round, you got 32 teams. After a second round, you've got 16 teams. After a third round, you've got 8 teams. After a fourth round, you've got, where was I at? So yeah, you could do 64 brackets, but I mean, then you would have to look at like what the qualifier format is. And maybe you could do like a multi-club arena, but I don't know. I think the bad thing about a single elimination 64 team bracket is you got a lot of teams that'll like half your league is gonna only play once, right? Uh, because then they're eliminated. If you make a double elimination bracket, then I don't know. You guys smoked Northwestern. Did they have Dachi playing though? Yeah, Prague is in D1 both this year and last year, but they also have a B team, so you have multiple teams per school. Um, all right, so you're saying Prague is a sleeper team. I don't know. You guys seem pretty good though, still. Should I look at my little cheat sheet? Yeah, your board 4 might have a rough time. I don't know, dude. You guys have Paris. Like when we watched the ASU team play, like you guys crushed it, right? Your one broadcast match. You're bored too. All right, so looks like a lot of teams got some sleeper agents. All right, let's go to D7. So D7, we're consulting the cheat sheet. Okay, we do have a match result that went to overtime. No, that's D8. My bad. I gotta stop getting ahead of myself. We do have the Wildcats versus London. Are we saying bear down or? Okay, so let's go with Brown. Arizona, I guess, is a higher seed. SLU, let's go with SLU. I'm gonna go with Embry Riddle. Sorry, honestly, if Valor takes playoffs like so seriously, I feel like they'll do well. All right, well for Laurier, let's go with Arizona. Let's go with Far Eastern. I'm thinking Waterloo. We could have an all Canada finals here. Waterloo. Let's go for Wilfrid Laurier. Third place, we could put. I feel like I went with Far Eastern last. We'll stick with Far Eastern. I'm banking on Dachi. I already told him my expectations. I already told him. Dachi knows. Okay, well for Laurier, we're gonna go with the 29. Ooh, Dachi's committing, bro. Let's go. Dachi, I need you to win for my playoff bracket and then just lose against UCLA and then you send me the PayPal. I'll send you some of the 6 months. Not all of the 6 months. You know, I need some of those diamond memberships for myself. They got the nerdiest chess team ever. Are you one of them? You got a first time. I'm like, you gotta be from Waterloo if you're saying that. Otherwise, like, what do you know about Waterloo that the rest of us don't? Yeah, Dachi and I are two people that really need diamond memberships. I'm sure Dachi's filling out every single bracket as we speak. Dachi and I, we can't get enough of those diamond memberships. Um, I might give you guys a little sneak peek preview though. You know, if for those of you that remember last prediction bracket challenge, which I'm sure many of you do, there was an additional JBL Clip speaker involved as one of the prizes. That was not listed. My hint to you all is that that might still be a prize for Americans. Maybe. Not giving away any secrets or anything. I'm just speculating a little bit. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? You guys tuning in past midnight, Friday night before the playoffs start, you might get a little bit of insider info out of me. Maybe. Not gonna give away all my secrets, but all right, we might have some more people joining this Excel. Actually, we've lost a bit of people, I think, since the numbers are going down. The numbers are dropping significantly. Okay, let's make a new prediction. Division 8. U of T student that doesn't like Waterloo. It's possible. Why did the Global Chess League not work? Do you mean the Pro Chess League? I know global chess thing is a thing, right? Isn't that still happening? I don't know. I should know better. The Pro Chess League didn't work. That was canceled like earlier this year. Global chess. I mean, they got so many chess leagues out there, man. What the heck? I did watch the fight. That's why I was so late to streaming. Honestly, I don't know what I was expecting. Okay, Alberta or Bangladesh? Bangladesh. This is Division 8. Division 8 did already have a match. So Texas and Ottawa rescheduled, or they're requesting it. I don't know who's same with Bangladesh and Alberta. Um, let me look up something. I might have to go with Alberta. Oh, this is Bangladesh A though. Then maybe I'll go with Bangladesh. But the reschedule request, that's typically bad for the international team. Although I guess technically they're both international. But I mean, in terms of time zone, man, Singapore out in overtime, heartbreaker to the what's the UMass mascot, like the Minutemen or the Pioneers or something? I don't know. Let's make sure we put Massachusetts through. Bavans, I think, pretty underrated. Uh, Unfortunate or fortunate for them, however you want to look at it. The Minutemen, okay. So I wasn't crazy about that guess. Okay, am I sticking with Bangladesh? I think, yeah, those rescheduled ones are iffy. You never really know. I'll go with Alberta. Probably it's who would like Alberta? Like I don't know. I don't know. I could probably look up on the Discord server in the reschedule questions. Pro Chess League didn't have enough interest. I think not enough people were watching. And it's because, in my opinion, like it's hard to make a fan base of a Pro Chess League team because the teams are brand new. They're completely made up, and how they make the players is like different every year. Like they're changing the rules, they're changing the rosters. Like people are more fans of the players, I think, than of the teams, right? And then the players just swap around willy nilly all the time. So, whereas like Collegiate Chess League, I feel like has a lot more potential because people are going to be fans of the schools. You have a fan base already, like the alumni or whatever. I think right now CCL is still very early on, and it's kind of just growing the participation and the players and the teams and the schools. I think that viewership and interest in that regard is probably going to be lower than like most other chess broadcasts because like most other chess broadcasts are covering like Hikaru versus Magnus and Speed Chess Championship or something. I mean, it's easy to look at those that and like CCT. It's like obviously not happening all the time. Ooh, we're gonna have a Texas versus Texas semifinals match there. Riga, I'm gonna go with Bavans. I'm gonna go with we're gonna go with Dallas over Austin. I'm gonna go with Bavans again. Did we go with Dallas? Oh, let's go with Dallas. Third place, Austin. Maybe. Tie rate points. Dallas is gonna get. I'm gonna say 28 points. How strong is the Division 15 team? You can look at the roster list. Division 15 is just under 1600. Their rating cap is 1625. So their strongest team is 1601.75, and their weakest team is 1576. That's about the halfway. The Division 14 is the halfway point. So the average rating of the league is probably, I guess, around 1600. Or maybe average is the wrong number. Maybe this is the median. A schoolyard pick for their teams. Honestly, like, yeah, just have them do a sub battle at that point. Okay. Division 9. We've got one reschedule request. Jabalpur and Illinois. It's not looking good. Let's go D9. New prediction. Here we go. Let's go with Michigan. Shippensburg. Let's go with Brawijaya. This is the reschedule one. I'm gonna go with. I never know who's rescheduling, like who needs it. Typically, like I said, it's not good for the international teams. But some of these like US like some teams they just got players that are busy, They're like we're playing OTB this weekend or something. But I don't know. Let's go with Illinois. Let's go with Cope. Let's go with Valor. Let's go with Delaware. Go with Delaware. Let's go with WashU. I'm gonna stick to my WashU. As you guys are gonna find out and probably already know, I'm just very biased regionally. I'm gonna say third place, maybe Valor. I'm gonna go with Valor. Tiebreak points. I have WashU winning, and we're gonna give them like 30 points. I don't know. Go Illini. Chicago Kev. I know you're from Chicago. Did you go to Illinois? No, these are chess.com Blitz ratings. We don't require FIDE to join. That would be a huge barrier of entry. So that's one of the philosophies I think of the league is minimizing barriers to entry. So we try to maximize growth. That's one source of feedback. I think a lot of the top teams that don't play, they would play if you had some sort of title on the line from USCF or FIDE. I don't know if we could do USCF because of how international we are, but we did have India had their inaugural season. I'm gonna go with Kharkiv. What's up? Saying hi. Hello. Let's go with Penn State. Let's go with UBC. Let's go with Yale. We got ASU. I'm going to go with Namdi. Let's go with Jersey Tech, Clemson. The 1 through 4 in the semifinal is very original. Mike Tyson lost. That is unfortunate. We're going to stick with ASU. Upset. We're going to go with Clemson. That Clemson number 1, dude, reminded me of football over there. But we're going to stick with ASU. Because why not? Go Sun Devils, as they say. I don't know what else they say. Third place, we're going to go with Namdi. Sorry, Jersey Tech. Tiebreak points. ASU. My guy. As expected. Yeah, I heard he was not the favorite. Unfortunately. They're going to get 31 points in 3 games. Number 1 in innovation. He looked out of shape and old. Well, he probably is old. I don't know how out of shape he is. Let's see. D9. Did I just do D10? Yeah, I did. Without even looking. Yeah, ASU's got a bye. Okay. D11. Let's do D11. Yeah, the fight was actually very lame, I'd say. All right, we're going to go with UMass. They've been clutching up a little bit. We're going to go with Washington State. We're going to go with Cincinnati. We're going to go with Buffalo, Northern Illinois, Valor. I'm going to go with Washington State. Liberty. I'm just going to ride with Washington State, honestly. We'll put Valor through. I'm going to say let's just stick with Washington State, dude. Absolutely wild pick from me, honestly. 9th seed. They're just going to hit a miracle run. No, honestly, I feel like Valor is probably safer bet. I want to go with NIU, I think. The Huskies, right? So Washington State has 4 matches, right? Um, okay, I accidentally closed out of my cheat sheet when I didn't mean to. So I'm gonna have to open that up again, which means I'm gonna have to copy that link, which means I'm gonna lose my. Actually, I don't have to copy it. I can just do this. What was I looking for? D10, D11? Okay, no reschedules requested. Okay. Washington State versus the Gambit Gang. Who's the Gambit Gang? Lowborough? I don't even know where that is. Very obvious. Well, it's a lot of money on the line, right? Okay, so 4 matches. I'm gonna go with I don't know, let's go with like 37. It's a big puzzle. Does that mean it's confusing? A lot of pieces. Okay, let's go with. I'll go with Wake Forest. Wash U. Should I put Wash U all the way through? I'm like, I don't know how loyal do I really feel to Wash U. We need more UCLA teams, man. Where are my UCLA teams at? Let's go with Asia Pacific. We're gonna do a little Asia Pacific run. We're gonna have a little international semifinals. Yeah, Singapore. So what? I'm gonna cut Wash U short there. A little too much. Okay. There's no international team up top here though. Dallas number one. Dallas, they got some good coaching over there. I like Singapore though, but it's they're playing at like 2 a.m., right? Like I don't know. Whereas Bangladesh and Malaysia is not that fun either for them really. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say uh let's go with Dallas. Dallas, Joe Lee, Joe Bruin. Third place, I'm gonna say Bangladesh. IUB. How many points for Dallas? They're gonna get let's go with 34 points. How many people help put the CCL together? Like what's this? I mean, I don't know, it's not an easy question to answer. There's a lot of people that work on it. I don't know if you know, I created the CCL. So CCL is like my brainchild, I guess. Although I will say I pretty much copied the PCL format as far as like the matches go. The actual structure of the season, it was like my idea. Although I will say our inaugural season was double elimination bracket. Shout out to anyone that played in that one. Okay, so that was D12. Did I even look at this cheat sheet? No, there was one reschedule request. Rice and Bath. Are there any other teams that have played? I don't think so, honestly. It was just those 2 teams at the top. Yeah. Oh, we have a forfeit here already. Oh, a couple forfeits. Oh, I already knew that. These teams, this is the very bottom division. That's not uncommon. D28 is kind of a playground of sorts, if you will. You could say low stakes. You did. You got third place and won $600. Are you saying the inaugural season of CCL? Because I can tell you right now that's not true. Because we didn't give out any cash prize. We didn't give out cash prizes until season 3, which was the first season that it was run by chess.com in a more official matter. The final season, last season, third place, $600 and what, D2? Do you know if I have report matches at Playfire, or they'll probably just do it for us in D2? So D2 and D3 is still through Playfy. You guys don't have any event coordinators. You guys just have the Fair Play proctors. So you guys would have to do everything through Playfly. Okay, D13. Let's go. Almost halfway. Okay, so let's go with Florida State. The Seminoles, right? We got Arizona State looking good. We got Cal State Long Beach. Okay, we got a UCLA team. You guys know what that means. We got that UTRGV upset. We got Georgia Tech. We got the Bruins. We're going to do Cal State again. We're going to go ASU, UCLA. And we got the Bruins taking down the #1 seed, Arizona State Sun Devils. Big finals match there in Division 13. Who's winning third place? Long Beach or Georgia Tech? I'm going to go Georgia Tech. I think that's going to be safe bet. You guys beat UCLA 13-3. That was a rough week for us that week. I remember. I'm joking. Okay, UCLA is a 7th seed. They got 4 matches. They're gonna definitely beat Arizona with 13 points. So you know that's gonna set them up for like they're gonna get like 42 points. 42 is a good number, you know. All right. Yeah, D13. That's basically a perfect bracket right there. D14. Halfway point. Let's go with Louisville. We're gonna go with Michigan. Is that Flint? No, that's Ann Arbor. Okay. Let's go with Illinois. Let's go with Babson, I guess. Okay, Gators. We're gonna go with the Illini. We're gonna stay out. Do Valor. Let's do Purdue. If Jesse, it's a Friday night. Jesse can stay up late, you know. She could stay up on the weekend. It's not past her bedtime, right? But I don't know. Jesse's probably more of a Hoosier fan than a Purdue fan, if I had to guess. I figured those teams might not like each other that much. What are they? The Boilermakers? Whatever that is. Oh, 12-13. Yeah, 12-3 now. Clearly. Okay, let's go with the Florida win. Let's go with them Gators. Email. I capitalized the Joe that time. Very important. Third place is gonna be Valor. Cumulative points for Florida is gonna be. Let's go 27. First season had, I want to say like 33 teams. Jesse's still here, of course. Have a good night, Subham. Wow. Early. Subham's got a big game tomorrow. Everyone wish him good luck. Big matchup for Arizona. Wait, do you guys play tomorrow? Or are you guys top 2 in your group? Let me see. D2. I already forgot my right. Yeah, you guys are playing against Prague. Yeah, you said the 4 FMs. Yeah, you're going to need some sleep. Good luck. You have a Purdue degree. Wow. Jesse, dude, not the Hoosiers, but the boiler. She's a boilermaker. Train engine boilers because they have a big engineering school. You guys lost to UCLA in tie breaks, even though we beat them. Well, they must have beaten the competition better than you guys. So honestly, like back in the day, I was thinking, how could head to head not be the best tiebreak? But if you do think about it, it is, round robin. Everyone plays everyone. Like it makes sense to look at the total points scored because I think we had a year where Columbia made it to playoffs. This might have been 2 seasons ago. Columbia made it to playoffs over Chicago because Columbia beat Chicago in their head to head. But Chicago is clearly the better team. That might have been the last year that A Wonder played, maybe. But I was like, yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. That was the year that Brandon Jacobson played. So like, that was cool. Columbia joined and they made playoffs, but it was not cool that they made it over Chicago. Cause like, yeah, they beat Chicago in the head to head, but like, really, we all kind of know Chicago's the better team, and they did have better points overall, but they lost their head to head somehow. To be fair, Chicago kind of had a rough streak. Anytime A Wonder couldn't play or just didn't play, it was like, I mean, not that he was like the whole team, but he was obviously a really big part of the team. So, anyways, Purdue hates out of state students. Well, they're catering to their local Hoosiers. It's true, Gilby. Every year we try to improve our rule book, make some changes. I think next year we're going to have a 3-month account minimum age to register because there was one instance in particular this season that we kind of learned from. But okay, what are we saying? Purdue for Jesse, the Boilermakers versus the Gators. Uh, I already had Florida winning one, or did I put Florida already? I already submitted my bracket. Jesus Christ, what am I doing? I gotta leave. I had Florida. I'm pretty sure I can't change it now. I chose the Gators, and I gotta say later to the Gators. We gotta move on. So we're halfway done. We're halfway through. It's 1 a.m. We're making great pace here. Maybe. Not really. I don't know. Sorry to Jesse. Jesse, if she had, started chess a little earlier, I'm sure she would have been part of her college chess club and part of the CCL. No doubt. No doubt about it. And Jesse would have been very comfortably on, right around here. Her blitz. Oh, actually, yeah, she'd be a pretty good substitute player. What's the lowest Purdue team they have? Whoops. All right, Purdue. Let's see. They got 4 teams. Lowest team is D23. Their team average 1138. Jesse would be a huge addition to that roster. Let me look up the Purdue roster. Let's see where Jesse would be. On the D team, look, they got 2 700s, 2 1300s, and 1100. Jesse could have been any of these players, really. Lucas Hess, a Hess player. You went to IUPUI. Okay, I've heard the legends. I've heard the legends of that one. They have not registered in the CCL, unfortunately. You don't think you have a team. Well, you guys, if you don't have a team, you know what you can do? You can always make one. I was lucky enough to have gone to a school that had a club, but, you know, you can make your dreams a reality, I think is what they say. All right. Here I choosing absolutely no upsets. No upsets. Uh Imagine, should I just do the no upset round for the entirety of the bracket. How lame would that be? Honestly, I'm feeling British Columbia. I always like them. Uh, and you know what? We're just gonna choose them to win. Email. Classic. Third place, we're gonna go with I'm liking Tennessee. Yeah, we're gonna stick with them. TN. Cumulative points scored by the winning team. We went with British Columbia, so we're gonna go with let's just go with 30. March Madness bracket would be good for we have a college ambassador program where we're gonna do something called Chess Madness, and it's gonna be like March Madness style, but instead of actual competition, it's just gonna be number of votes. It's gonna be through this challenge website, and the way that teams win is by whoever gets the most votes. So people just have to click on the links and vote for their teams. So we did that like 2 years ago. It was pretty fun. So I want to bring that back and do it again. No actual chess competition involved though. So, but yeah, doing like an actual college chess like March Madness bracket, I think is like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even want to imagine organizing that because like 64 teams all have to agree to like a pre-schedule because like rescheduling that would be like impossible. Um, like, I mean, I don't know because the way you would do it is a qualifier, right? So like you would need some sort of qualifier time period leading up to the actual bracket. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna go with SLU. We're gonna go with Missouri. Shout out. Should we do this? All Missouri semifinals. Okay, we're gonna go with Berkeley. We're gonna go with California Davis. We're gonna go. Yeah, we could do California versus Missouri. That'd be funny. Should I just do it? These are like the two states I've lived most of my life in. Wow, we got a California versus SLU. Oh, that's tough. I mean, I kind of have to go with San Diego. I'm sorry. My heart tells me Valor's gonna win. That's not my heart. That's my brain. My brain tells me Valor's gonna win. Missouri S&T, they had a rough start. I'm not gonna lie. I talked to these guys. I was like, hey, you guys gotta get your act together. I mean, yeah, March Madness would be fun, but like, I think how the college chess community exists currently, we're catering to the players competing, the participants, and not the viewers because we have the players and we don't really have the viewers. So I think if you make the format more exciting for viewership, you might lose participation, right? And you might gain viewership, but I don't know. It's a weird balance. Um, uh, but yeah, like I figured I figure it doesn't quite make so much sense to cater to an audience that isn't like necessarily there. Like we know there's a chess participation audience. Like we know there's a lot of schools that still aren't competing. There's a lot more potential for us to grow in terms of participation. We're not as confident that people would watch if the format is more exciting, right? Like I think we're going to be more limited to interested viewers than we are to interested participants. I think if we stick to a format that's like really convenient for players, then we're gonna continue growing in that regard. So we're really focused more on participation than viewership. At least that's my philosophy. I would love to have more viewership for sure, but I don't know if we want to sacrifice like the participation because I think the college chess space is still so young and so new that there's just a lot of schools and a lot of players and teams out there that just don't know that it exists and aren't competing yet. So I think my goal is to like get as many of them to join as possible first, before SLU versus Missouri S&T would be really cool. That would be so cool if we could set that up. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go with man, Berkeley. The Bears. We could have San Diego, Berkeley, and Davis. It's three of the semifinalists, but am I really gonna just put all the top three again? The top four, I mean. Okay, San Diego and Georgia State, and we're gonna give it to San Diego. Go Tritons, I think is what they're called. I should know. Okay. Third place, we're gonna go with Lviv. Tiebreak 2. San Diego is gonna get. I'm gonna go 31. What are the rating levels for college chess? So it's a huge range. These are the teams. So you see the top teams are all over 2,600. The highest being Mizzou at 2,900. I think last year SLU had a team that was over 3,000. These are average ratings of chess.com Blitz. So lots of grandmasters in the top division. Division 2, all teams above 2,400. These are still mostly master players. And we have 28 divisions. So the lowest division, 28. The highest average team rating is Missouri State at 724. The lowest rated team in the entire league is Emporia State at 425. Average blitz. So average blitz less than 500. So you got the full range. Literally, it doesn't matter how low, how high, you're going to have competition to play against. They do not, Jesse. They do not, unfortunately. You would be in Division 28. Gilby, I don't think you would be allowed to play in Division 28. I think any team you would join, you would boost their average by like 400 alone. Something like that. You would put them up to like Division 23 like alone. Okay. No, your average, if you were on a team of like similar, you'd be like top 10 division for sure. Okay, what am I looking at really? So you submitted D16. Let's go to D17. You work at Stony Brook? Yeah, Stony Brook in New York. They've been playing in the CCL for quite some time, actually. If you work at Stony Brook, could you potentially put some CCL matches like on TV screens in your office? Like, I would love to work with some sort of faculty at schools to like put CCL broadcasts on like their cafeteria TVs or something. What division Stony Brook? Stony Brook probably has multiple teams. Stony has two teams, one in Division 5, which is pretty good. Team average is 2,150. And their second team is in Division 25. So they've got a team that the average is less than 1,000, and they have a team that's average is above 2,000. So they've got quite the gauntlet. Full range. Yeah, Kev, like that's definitely a good point. I think our social media kind of has picked up on that a little bit too, because the CCL has its own socials. So essentially, the top division we cover on the main chess.com broadcast, but then we also have the CCL channel, which I'm actually streaming to right now. Shout out to Arthas, filling out some predictions. We covered lower division matches on the CCL channel, and typically those highlights do really well on social media. That being said, it's a lot easier to coordinate with the teams in D1 compared to a lot of these schools in lower divisions, because a lot of those players just aren't as professional in terms of like camera setup, being on time with their schedule. You get a lot of lower division matches get rescheduled a ton, whereas the top division, these players typically know that they're going to be on broadcasts and that they're going to save that time for the competition. They're just so much more serious. There's a lot more prize money on the line for the top divisions as well. So there's a lot more at stake for them. Whereas the lower divisions, like I even showed, they already had 2 forfeited matches in the lowest 2 divisions, or the lowest division. Like, the consequences for performance just decrease a lot as well. But I actually agree with you that like the lower division matches are very entertaining and potentially even more entertaining. Wow, that was a lot louder of an alert than I'm used to. Use Slider, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Hello. You're just staff, but you'll ask around. Do you want to share what you do at Stony Brook? If you want to join their chess club or something, you go to like a chess club meeting, let me know. I can connect you to them. Okay, we're going to go with North Dakota State. Go Bison. We're going to go with the Oklahoma. I think they're the Sooners. What's Oklahoma State? Okay, State. The OU are the Sooner or UO? I don't know. Sooners, and then what? Oklahoma State. I'm thinking of Oregon State as the Beavers, because they're also like orange. But Oklahoma State, I don't know. You just joined their IG. That's cool. Okay. We can go with the San Jose or the Hoosiers for Jesse. I don't know. I really like San Jose State. I'm sorry, Jesse. California represent. Go Sharks. No, I'm just kidding. San Jose State, they're not the Sharks. They're... Oh, I knew this. I mean, obviously they're not the Sharks. This was a joke for the hockey team, but what are the San Jose State? San Jose? It's like something nerdy. They're like engineers. It's not Beaver though. That's a stereotypical like MIT thing. What actually? That's gonna bother me. I'm gonna forget. What's the requirement to join a team? Oklahoma State Cowboy. Wow, I actually did not know that. Thank you, David. Thank you, Gilby. So requirements to join a team, you have to be a full-time student. You have to have a chess.com account where you've played at least 25 Blitz games rated. And you have to have at least 4 players on a team. So you cannot join unless you have at least 4 players. Okay, we're going to go with Bama. No, let's go with Singapore. Sorry. Loyola Marymount. My boys over there. We're going to stick with San Jose State. They're going to clutch up in the playoffs. We're going to go to Oklahoma. We're going to go with the upset. Dude, how is Texas getting so many like number 1 seeds, man? Texas is just so good at chess. They really know what they're doing down there, dude. Texas and Oklahoma, huge rivalry match here. They actually played in the regular season. I remember that. Their chess team played the same week that their football team played, and we didn't do anything about it, which is so sad. But one of their players like pointed that out to us immediately before the season even started, like as soon as we released the schedule, and like that was definitely a missed opportunity. That I feel like is where you could get a lot of audience, is like you hype up the rivalry match at the same time as like their football teams play. Okay, I created this California matchup here. Um, I'm gonna go with San Jose. Honestly, like LMU, I visited their club and they don't have a lot of people, but they joined the CCL this year, and I'm really happy for them. Proud of them. San Jose State, they got some good leadership, but shout out to Keon. He just graduated though. Um, I'm gonna go with the. We gotta go with the Longhorns, right? I don't know, dude. Imagine this, the Cowboy. No, these are the Sooners. My bad. No, San Jose. That's gonna keep bugging me. Cause yeah, I just forgot what they are. All right, Texas, you guys got it. I gotta get going to bed, man. I got work tomorrow. Third place, Sooners. It's only 2 a.m. How do I validate? We require a transcript or some document submission, proof of enrollment. You can get a document from administration that verifies you're a full-time student. You take a lot of stuff. Okay. What am I saying? Texas, they're gonna have 33 points. D18. We're chugging along here. All right. Shout out to the Miracos. Dude, how is Miracos to do? Their like president graduated and he streams. We rated him once. Shout out to Akachuk, aka Chuck. Really sweet guy. Their team's doing well without him apparently. They made playoffs. They're such a small club, dude. They're so small. I think I might have to go Drexel here. I'm sorry. I love Miracosta though. Okay. Sorry, we're gonna go with Rice. I'm gonna go with Boston actually over Berkeley. We got Fresno State versus Nairobi. It's interesting. We'll go with Fresno. Although I'm not too confident in them to be honest. Okay, Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech, dude. It's just there's these clubs that are like so small, like Miracosta and Fresno. They're just like they barely have enough people for a team. They're like if anyone's out, like their team's just screwed. And then you got Georgia Tech, like powerhouse chess club, well-oiled machine. They're streaming these days. They're setting up their own matches. They got multiple teams in multiple divisions. They're like number one rank. Like man, they got talent. They got depth. It's like I don't know, man. I don't know. Bangladesh. I don't know if this is the A team or the B team or the C team. Actually, they got three teams. I I know a little something about. Let me look up. What is this division? 17. We said or 18 or something. Uh, where's the where's the Bangladesh team? Oh, they're like one of these bye teams, I think. Like they get a bye the first week, right? Okay, I'm gonna have to look up Bangladesh here again. Bangladesh A, B. Oh, yes, this is the B team. They were the lowest rated in their group, apparently. Hello, Sainu. How's it going? No, the bottom two teams in each group don't make playoffs. So we have a regular season that determines these standings, the seeding. Okay, I'm gonna go with Rice. Far Eastern, UW. I'm actually, you know what? Not a big fan of UW because their A team is like telling me they're not doing great. This is a third seed though here. I think I'm gonna swap out Fresno. I'm sorry. I was thinking they might do some miracle, but I think I gotta change this name of this thing. Oh, hold on. I have to change windows. Okay, that's better. How does the regular season work? So if you look back at this guy, you see each division is split into two groups, A and B. Each group does a round robin. So it's 8 teams per group. Round robin is 7 matches, so that's 7 weeks, 1 match per week. And with the round robin format, you get the full schedule from the start of the season, and you can reschedule any match to any day or time as long as your opponents agree to it. So that gives you a 7-week window to complete your 7 matches at your leisure. But there's a default match time, Saturday at 11 a.m. If you're in Group A, the default time is 11 a.m. Pacific. If you're in Group B, default match time is 11 a.m. Eastern. So a lot of the East Coast and international teams are put into Group B. A lot of the West Coast, Central Time Zone schools in Group A. In playoffs, though, it's Group A default time. So going to be really tough for the international teams to compete at that time. But a lot of them are super committed and they'll make it happen. Playoffs can also be rescheduled, but it's a little bit more limited because you are not in a round robin format anymore. You're in a playoff bracket format. So your match has to conclude before the next match time. How does any uni register? We have a announcement on chess.com and a registration form. It's a bit complex, but a team captain essentially fills out the information for all the players. If you want to stay involved and get all the announcements, I recommend that you join the Discord server for CCL. That's where you're going to have all the up-to-date information. There's actually, I think, over 4,000 people in there. And that's a great place to not only get our announcements, stay up to date with all the latest news and whatnot, but it's also a great place to meet other college chess club players. You got people from all around the world in there. Okay, let's just put our blind trust and faith into the Huskies. UW. We're gonna put Far Eastern in the finals. We're gonna have Georgia Tech, and I'm gonna give this one, I think, to Georgia Tech. Honestly. Okay, so third place, we're gonna go with Rice. Let's see, points for Georgia Tech. Let's go with 32. Okay, D19. Let's go with Buffalo. Sorry to Subom. He went to bed, so That'll be okay. Duke. Let's go with Dalhousie. Let's go with that. Again, Texas. Let's go with Ottawa. Jabalpur. Let's go with Jabalpur. I don't know. Ottawa. They're sometimes they're on it, sometimes they're not. Rutgers. Let's go with Cascadia. Again, 1 through 4 semifinals, not the most exciting. Let's go with Dallas. Let's go with Rutgers, and we're gonna go with Rutgers all the way. We're gonna say Cascadia wins third. No, sorry. Well, that's a later field to fill out. Cumulative points. We'll go with 33. Without adding mini games. I'm not sure what you mean. D20 bracket. Let's see. Okay, so now we got the Cowboys. Oklahoma State. We'll go Embry-Riddle. We'll go Sonoma. Let's go with Texas A&M. Let's go with Kennesaw. Let's go with UMass. I think, yeah. We got a Texas versus Oklahoma matchup there. Should I ride the Embry-Riddle wave? I'm gonna do UMass versus Houston. Let's say UMass wins. Let's go. Third place. I'm kind of feeling Kennesaw, dude. Let's go with Kennesaw. Cumulative points for Massachusetts. Go with 29. D20. Let's look at D21. Bennington or not Bennington. Binghamton. My mind's on Bennington. Let's go Texas A&M, Tulane, Rensselaer, or Utah State. Interesting. Let's go Rensselaer. We'll do. Dude, I put number 1 through so many times. We're gonna stick with Akron though. I'm gonna complain a little bit. Texas A&M, West Virginia. Honestly, I probably put too much weight into the seeding of all this stuff. We're gonna put West Virginia through. We're gonna put. I'm like, what are the odds? Like, how much does the bracket actually really? I mean, come on. If I just did all the brackets, like no upsets. Hey, Lile's rating. Hello, Lile, and welcome. Shout out to Lile. Thank you so much. Welcome. I'm not playing chess, but we're talking about chess. This is the chess.com Collegiate Chess League predictions. If you guys wanted to look at the article here, I should have a pinned comment. Thank you, Lile. I hope you had a great stream. Everyone should go follow Lile. She's amazing, phenomenal. Go check her out. She's doing great stuff, not only on her streams, but on her socials. She's putting out great content. I don't know what she's up to next, but you got to follow along to stay tuned. Meanwhile, I have a big day tomorrow. And when I say tomorrow, I mean later today in like 10 hours. I'm going to be preparing for the Collegiate Chess League playoffs. And I'm already preparing for it a little bit right now, tonight, by filling out the predictions challenge. If you are on chess.com and you would like to win a Diamond membership, you can actually win 6 months of Diamond if you fill out these brackets, which I'm doing right now. So the link is pinned in the chat at the top. You can go check it out. It'll tell you all the rules. There are 28 divisions actually, so 28 brackets you can fill out. That gives you 28 chances to win 6 months of Diamond. If you want that Diamond membership really badly, you should probably check this out and fill it out. Right now, I am on Division 21, so when I finish the rest, I'm going to head to bed. So you're all welcome to stick around and check out what I'm doing, learn a little bit more about the Collegiate Chess League, which is what I run. That's my full-time job at chess.com. So yeah, we're just putting in our picks right now. I think I'm going to go with Tulane. And we're going to go with Michigan. And we're going to say that Michigan wins. Or West Virginia, I think, actually. I don't know. Tough. Who knows? But we're going to go with West Virginia. Third place, I'm going to put Akron. Cumulative tiebreaker points. We're going to go with a good old 30. What did you miss? We got a raid from Lele. So if you don't follow her already, be sure to do that. Lele is great. Very talented. Very talented player. Maybe she's going to play in Bullet Brawl. I know she likes to play in Bullet Brawl a bunch. She's definitely beaten some of the top players. Always exciting to see. Let's go to Division 22 and start making some brackets. Let's see. We'll put Clemson through. Let's put York upset. We're going to go with Cork. We're going to have York versus Cork finals. Tennessee, Loyola. Let's go with, dude, I don't know. Cork again. Valor, John Brown, Loyola. We're going to just stick with John Brown, honestly. I'm impressed with them. Sometimes the number 1 seed wins it all, man. Who will win third place? It's a great question. College Cork, perhaps. No, let's put Valor. That's got to be a safe bet. Tiebreak points. We put John Brown. We'll give them some big points here. Let's go with 34. Maybe you'll join York. Are you at York University? Or what's up? All right, D23. We've got like 5 left or so. Okay, Sacred Heart B team, huh? All right, let's stick with them. Washington or Waterloo? Again, I think Washington's kind of a struggling. Their A team's struggling for sure. I don't know about their lower teams though, but let's go with them. Let's go with Case Western. Oh, California, Santa Barbara. Let's go with them. Sorry to Purdue. There's no way Jessie's still here, is she? Imagine Jessie left without saying goodnight or goodbye. It'd be heartbreaking. Anyways, we're going to go with Sacred Heart. Honestly, upset over number 1. It's going to be huge news. Wilfrid Laurier. Let's go with Case Western again. We're going to go with Hawaii. We're going to go with Case Western. We're going to go with, we're going to have an 8 versus 7 finals here. Shout out to Brent at Sacred Heart, but I'm going to give this one to Case Western. I'm going to believe in them. Third place, we're going to give that one to Wilfrid Laurier. What did I say? 4 matches, we're going to put them at 39 points. Is Rosen here? I don't know. Rosen had a pretty late night stream the other day. Shout out to Oh no, my queen. International master. Internationally recognized worldly talent, Eric Rosen, the man, the myth, the legend himself, growing out his facial hair. Man's got a glorious beard that he's been hiding from humanity for decades. And thankfully, it's the time of the season. No Shade November, bringing it out. All right, we're gonna go with Wayne State over UMass. Controversial, I know. We're gonna go with Wash U in the Lou. Okay, sorry, Dallas. Dallas didn't get their number 1 seed here. Okay, so we got Cal State, Long Beach, Hampton. We're going to go with Wash U over the Buckeyes because I feel like it. Florida, Hampton, Wash U, and Wash U wins it all, clearly. Honestly, what am I doing with Hampton, dude? We gotta put Cal State there. Long Beach prediction title, and we're gonna put Florida Tech at 3rd. Wait, what am I doing? This is not gonna be a great bracket. Cumulative points. Who'd I put? Wash U. You know, sometimes Wash U wins it all. Sometimes. Well, we're gonna put them at 36 points. UMBC had a really good team at one point in history and time. They had a scholarship team. They had a coach and everything. They had a program, I think is what you would officially call it. I don't know what happened to them. They slowly but surely kind of dropped down a little bit. They have a chess club still, but it's not what it used to be. We'll put it that. All right, let's go bear down. Wildcats. We're going to go with Nile. They got a good I like Mississippi State. I like those guys, but I think Nile's going to put together a show in round 1. We're going to go with Swarthmore. We're going to go with Stony Brook. Cincinnati, South Florida. We're going to go with Poon. Rochester, a 1-4 semifinal again. Classic. Here, I think we're going to go with South Florida all the way. We're going to have a 1 versus 2. No, let's put Cincinnati in there. South Florida going all the way home. Taking it to South Florida. Where's that? Miami? I don't know Florida that well. I've been to Miami. I was at Miami earlier this year. 3rd place, I think we're going to give it to Rochester. RIT. Cumulative points for the Florida team. We're going to put them at 32 and a half. I haven't put a single half-point prediction. We're going to do it now. What happened? Oh, UMBC should be. There's a couple of Maryland teams. Look up Maryland. You have University of Maryland. I don't know if that's UMBC. That might not be them. That might be like College Park. I actually don't know. Do we have anyone from the? What is Maryland's area code again? Is it 301? The only reason why I would know is because Logic's from there. Should look up his number. Just kidding. Man, Jesse's really staying up past her bedtime. 410 or 301? Interesting. All right, I'm going to go with Embreed Riddle. Ooh, Buffalo and Georgia Tech. I'm going to go with Buffalo. John Brown, Old Dominion. 443. Yeah, that's not what I'm thinking. All right, I visited the LAVC club They got some good people out there. Really like their club. Um, good people for sure. Valor though, you're putting the shelf together. Huge. The classic 2:30 a.m. shelf assembly. We've all been there. I can't wait to see it, the finished product. Okay, this is where we're gonna go John Brown. This we're gonna go Northern Illinois. Man, I really put Valor over LAVC. I'm sorry, guys. All right, Buffalo over Hampton, like for sure. Another San Jose State, dude. San Jose State, they really give it their all here. We're gonna put NIU through. We're gonna give this one to. Man, I really can't tell. It's gonna drive me crazy. I can't think of their mascot. Anyways, okay. Third place, we're gonna go with John Brown, I think, or Buffalo. Oh, let's go John Brown. Points. I have San Jose State. They're gonna get 29.5 here. We're gonna get creative. Get real creative there. All right, only 2 left, and then we're gonna call it a night. Okay, let's go with Worcester, ASU, Louisville. Let's go with College Cork. Let's go with UTRGV, Case Western. I'm gonna go with ASU again. We're gonna go Cal State Fullerton. Honestly, dude, wow, Cal State Fullerton, #1 seed. Shout out to Geezer. If you're here, Geezer, you guys did it. Uh, Case Western or Fullerton? $200 to $500 rating. That's kind of rough. But you know, the puzzle rating is always going to be a little inflated. All right, you know what? We're gonna go Case Western. Sorry, Geezer. Nothing personal. I'm a little surprised is all, I think, by the Fullerton team. They might surprise me again. All right, let's go with UTRGV. Cumulative points. Go with 30.5. Okay, well, Gilby, you are the exception. You're the one person on chess.com confident to say that. All right, so we know Vanguard's not good. Not in terms of their school or the team, but we just know that I think they're missing a player. So that's already just a tough start for them. In Division 28, it's really tough to put the bottom seeds through because the bottom seeds typically aren't even there, unfortunately. So we're gonna stick with our top guys. And here, you know what? Let's put North Dakota through, actually. We're going to stick with Missouri State. We're going to give this to Missouri State, and we're going to give this to New Mexico State, and we're going to give this to Missouri State. We're going to say Missouri State is going to win the lowest division. I'm calling it now. Go Bears. Are they the Bears? I don't know. Isn't Wash U and St. Louis the Bears? How many Bears can you have in Missouri, really? Third place, we're gonna give this to North Dakota State. Go Bison. Cumulative points from Missouri State. They're gonna be at 32 points. Rutgers goated. I know the Rutgers club president fairly well. He is now actually not the president anymore, so I actually don't know the president that well. But the former president is now a grad student getting a PhD, I believe, in math at USC. Hung out with him a few times. Cool guy. He's pretty traveled. Pretty random experiences, I'd say. But overall, really cool guy. Okay. That is all 28 divisions. Can you beat my predictions? Can you win the membership prizes? Tune in at the end of the season to find out. We've got 2 weekends left, starting us off in like 12 hours. Less than that. 11 hours is when the broadcast will start. It's going to be on the mainchess.com channel. I'm going to be producing. We got Bach and Jules Gambit back as the commentators. So stay tuned and let's find out who's going to win. I think D1 is definitely the easiest bracket to predict. But I will say this as well. This season's going to be far more variable than previous D1 seasons because the past 3 years, or past 3 seasons, I should say, SLU has won back to back to back. But this season, I think the championship title is truly going to be up for grabs. I don't think SLU's going to defend their title for a 4th time in a row. And I actually predicted them getting 4th place, which is exactly how they did in the regular season. So, but I have Mizzou getting first to SRM, I think. So, yeah, should be exciting. Anywho, I'm going to head out. We're going to find somebody to raid. So stick around for that, I suppose. And yeah, really, thanks everyone for being here. Appreciate you all. I think I'm going to raid Relax Robbie. He's pretty cool guy. Worth supporting for sure. So go show him your love and support. Let's go check him out, and I'll see you all over there. Thanks, everyone. Let me send these raids. Good night to Jesse. Hope the shelf. Jesse just couldn't wait till tomorrow. She really couldn't. Hopefully we helped her get some progress done. Where the heck is... Yeah, pardon my language. Oh. I gotta send the raids on the CCL channel as well, actually. Not that there's too many people watching, but... Anyhow, yeah, I'll be on tomorrow with the main chess channel for CCL. I'm not going to be commentating, but I'll be there, and I hope to see you all there. All right, good night. Bye. Fill in those brackets. Hey, Schwargras. Sorry, I always mispronounce your name. All right, bye.